We're here in the cockpit in Hugo Boss. All the lines are led into here. The boat can be sailed entirely from in this room. We've got 3 kilometres of rope on board the boat. That's 46 lines coming into the cockpit here. They're all controlled by these winches, and we use a device called a constrictor almost entirely on board the boat to jam all the lines.
This is the World on Water Sailing News, November 6, 2020. We are looking at the 33 yachts at the dock in France getting ready for the start of the latest edition of the Vendee Globe. Firstly, here are highlights of the sport of sailing globally in the last 7 days. Alex Thomson's Hugo Boss has 3 kilometers of rope in 46 lines leading back to Alex in his fully enclosed cockpit. Boat captain, Will Jackson explains. In America's Cup news we feature Britannia, the challenge of a lifetime. America's Cup challenger Taylor Canfield of Stars Plus Stripes is not in Auckland with the rest of the event but winning, with a crash, the Bermuda Gold Cup. The Dutch team who are new to foiling are training in Sardinia last week, at the yacht club Costa Smeralda. In the 36th America's Cup the successful boat will need to turn and tack with great speed. Our resident panel from Quantum Sails Genoa, Vittorio and Pietro, take a look at Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Now back to the Vendee Globe boats. To date, the Vendee Globe is the greatest sailing race round the world, solo, non-stop, and without assistance. The event followed in the wake of the Golden Globe, which had initiated the first circumnavigation of this type via the 3 capes, Good Hope, Lewin and Horn, in 1968. Only 1 out of the 9 pioneers who had set off in 1968 succeeded in returning to Falmouth, the major port of British Cornwall. On the 6th of April 1969, after 313 days at sea, British sailor Robin Knox-Johnston finally reached his goal. 20 years later, after having won the BOC Challenge twice, solo round the world with stopovers, navigator Philippe Gitot introduced the idea of a new race around the world, but non-stop. The Vendee Globe race was born. On the 26th of November 1989, 13 sailors took the start of the first edition, which lasted over 3 months. Only 7 returned to La Sab d'Ilon. The 8 editions of what is now called the Everest of the Seas by the public have enabled 167 contenders to take the start of this extraordinary race. Only 89 of them managed to cross the finish line. This figure alone shows the extreme difficulty of this global event in which solo racers are confronted to freezing cold, gigantic waves, and heavy skies which sweep the Great South. The Vendee Globe is first and foremost a journey beyond the seas and deep down oneself. It has rewarded great sailors, Titouan Lamazou in 1990, Alain Gautier in 1993, Christophe Orguin in 1997, Vincent Riou in 2005, François Gabart in 2013, and Armel Leclerc in 2017. The skipper from Finisterre became the new record holder of the race in 74 days. Only 1 sailor has won it twice, Michel Destroyers, in 2001 and 2009. The 9th Vendee Globe will leave La Sab d'Ilon on Sunday the 8th of November 2020.
Taking your racing to the next level. Make sure your insurance is up to the challenge. Pantanius Professional Race Cover.
British innovation is at the heart of the America's Cup. Many British pioneers have tried and failed to win sport's oldest international trophy. To create history and win the America's Cup, you need to be bold with your design. A team willing to push the limits in the challenge of a lifetime. This is Britannia, the yacht to bring back the Cup for Britain.
We're here in the cockpit in Hugo Boss. All the lines are led into here. The boat can be sailed entirely from in this room. We've got 3 kilometres of rope on board the boat. That's 46 lines coming into the cockpit here. They're all controlled by these winches, and we use a device called a constrictor almost entirely on board the boat to jam all the lines. Believe it or not, there is a complex colour coding system going on here as to what lines do what. All our lines are supplied by Gleistein ropes of Germany. They're all operated by our winches. The winch system is Harken, including a rotary hydraulic pump for our foils. And then all our deck hardware, all our blocks, of which there's 20 odd inside here, are all Ubi Maya, as well as on deck in various places. And then up on the front, our furlers and our locks on the mast are from Carver. On board the boat, with all the lines coming into the cockpit here, they all have to come through tunnels. The idea being that the tunnels funnel out all the water, and in this case, this is our wet box down into the keel. So any water that comes down the tunnels off the deck goes straight to the bottom of the boat and straight out. It means we don't carry any extra weight around. All our lines are as short as they can be, and everything's in one central position with low centre of gravity and centre to the boat.
Skipper Taylor Canfield, and team stars and stripes, Mike Buckley, Victor Diaz de Leon, Mike Menninger and Eric Champagne, won the 70th Bermuda Gold Cup and 2020 Open Match Racing World Championship, with a penultimate victory, over Ian Williams, Team GAC Pinder. Canfield and crew won 3 of the 4 races in winds ranging from 12 to 20 knots, on Hamilton Harbour. They showed grit and determination in clawing back from deficits, and a killer's instinct in laying penalties on Williams and crew. They also showed great boat speed when free and clear on the racecourse. For Canfield, the victory is his 3rd at the Bermuda Gold Cup, 2012 and 2018, and 2nd Open Match Racing World Championship in 2013. It's unbelievable. I can't thank my team enough, said Canfield. I put us in a lot of tough spots this week, and they got us out of almost every one of them. Thanks to Bermuda for getting us here. We're excited to be out racing again, and to come away with a win is unbelievable. We're thrilled. Canfield and crew accepted the King Edward VII Gold Cup, the Sterling Silver World Match Tour Championship trophy, and the $30,000 winner's check of the $100,000 prize purse. Williams and Team GAC Pinder, Christian Camp, Jerry Mitchell, and Richard Sydenham placed 2nd, and won $15,000. Williams, the 2-time Gold Cup champion and 6-time Open World champion, took the loss in stride, but was rueful of the umpires' calls, whose decisions had an impact on the outcome. It's a lot about styles, Williams said. We try to keep the umpires out of the game, and Canfield likes to bring them into it, and it worked for him today. New Zealander Phil Robertson and his China 1 Ningbo crew Bradley Farrand, Peter Nicholas, Johanna Thieringer, and James Williamson placed 3rd overall, and earned $12,000 after defeating Jet Borcher's Borch Racing team from Denmark in the petite final. Everyone associated with the regatta was tested multiple times while on the island, and not one person failed the tests. We were able to prove to the world that we can host a professional sporting event safely and responsibly without sacrificing the action on the water, said Jones. They were on hand to witness the awarding of the Geordie Walker Trophy, recognizing the most improved young match race sailor at the Bermuda Gold Cup, to 23-year-old Borch. Borch's crew, including August de la Cour, Sebastian Peters, and Nikolai Rasmussen, placed 4th overall and won $11,000 in their first Grade 1 match racing regatta. The King Edward VII Gold Cup, awarded to the winner of the Bermuda Gold Cup, is the oldest trophy in the world for competition involving one design yachts. First presented in 1907 by King Edward VII at the Tricentenary Regatta at Jamestown, VA, honoring the 300th anniversary of the first permanent colony in America, the trophy is the only King's Cup ever to be offered for competition in the United States, which could be won outright.
You know, I always say I hate hitting boats, and it's unfortunate that we had the collision in the finals, but you know, to be honest, it was on Ian Williams this time, and we did everything we could to avoid, and he put us in a spot that was unavoidable to avoid the collision. So yeah, you know, it went our way, and the penalties went our way, and we won the race. And yeah, we're devastated that we did damage to the boats, but you know, always good to take the win. We had such a long break for 5-6 months or so. We weren't even on the water, and haven't really match raced monohulls in over a year and a half. So you know, to come here and keep pushing and get beat up a little bit in the first round and kind of rally through that was incredible. So come away with the win. We're so thrilled.
World Championship Trophy to Taylor Canfield. They won the Gold Cup, they won the World Championship. Give them a huge round of applause here in Bermuda. The World Champions.
Dit is Scipio.
Dit is Robin en wij zijn van Team Dutch Sail. We zijn hier nu een week op Sardinië en we hebben een hele mooie eerste week hier gehad. We hebben getraind met de Young Azura, het team van de jachtclub Costa Smeralda. En we hebben super waardevolle trainingsdagen gehad. Voordat we hier naartoe konden moesten we eerst een coronatest doen. We gaan even helemaal terug naar het begin. We staan hier in Muiden, klaar voor vertrek, alles opgeladen. Met dank aan Jan Willem van New Day hebben we nog een nieuwe teamauto gescoord. En die gaat ons veilig naar Italië brengen. Let's go!
Dankjewel Muiden! Super vet hier te zijn. Havenmeesters, maar ook alle leden en de koninklijke was top.
Yo, gaan we?
Goedemiddags!
Gaan we of niet?
Ja, grap.
Let's go!
Aangekomen. Sardinië, Porto Cervo. Goed welkom. En masje er op bootje erin.
De tweede dag begon het flink door te waaien. En toen zei coach Pietro tegen ons, misschien is dit wel het moment dat we het snelheidsrecord van de klasse kunnen verbreken. Het was eigenlijk de eerste poging al raak. Toen zaten we op 34,9 knopen, bijna 35 knoopjes. Dus bijna 65 km per uur, dus dat was best wel rap. En
dat was vrij out of control.
Dus ja, en we waren natuurlijk door dolle heen dat we het gehaald hadden.
We hebben het speed record. We hebben net een sessie gehad met echt serieus veel wind. Nou, we slapen in een huis 10 minuten rijden van de haven. Dus ons wereldje is hier eigenlijk vrij klein. We rijden op en neer tussen ons huis en de haven. En ja, de training gaat eigenlijk van 's ochtends vroeg tot 's avonds laat zijn we bezig om beter te worden en om het maximale uit de dag en uit elkaar te halen. En toen hadden we een dag met te veel wind, waardoor we helaas niet konden zeilen. Wat zijn we toen gaan doen, Robin?
Zijn we gaan kitesurfen. Mooi om dat zo te doen met z'n allen, ja.
Zodat we de volgende dag weer fresh er tegenaan kunnen. Volle bak trainen.
Heerlijk weer, het zonnetje schijnt. Dan hebben we alles aan het inruimen, eten klaarmaken, drinken klaarmaken, boot klaarmaken. En dan gaan we zo lekker zeilen.
Ja, het is ook hier in Italië qua corona natuurlijk onzeker. Dus we bekijken echt van dag tot dag een beetje hoe het gaat. En tot nu toe gaat het goed en kunnen we hier nog doortrainen.
Wij hebben een kleine bubbel, dus we zijn met 6 man, het team. En we houden die bubbel klein. In Nederland was dat eigenlijk lastiger, omdat je toch veel mensen tegenkomt en het moeilijker is om die afstand te houden. En dit is eigenlijk voor ons wel makkelijk. Ja, de situatie Italië, hier op Sardinië, het aantal loopt enorm op. Dus er wordt om de dag gesproken of er een mogelijke lockdown komt. Gelukkig blijven wij aan de veilige kant en kunnen wij hier trainen en ons ding doen en ons werk. Maar zij denken ook aan lockdown. Een stukje van dag tot dag. Maar we hebben hele goede contacten, zodat we zo lang mogelijk eigenlijk onze bubbel kunnen behouden en niet ergens heen hoeven. Maar we moeten het afwachten. Iedereen gezond, iedereen happy, wij zijn getest. En ja, laten we het beste van maken.
This is Team New Zealand's Boat 1 and they seem to have their turns and tacks under control. We are awaiting the launch of their Boat 2, which should be soon. More news from Auckland. The ban on Auckland's in-city America's Cup courses lifted. An Auckland America's Cup in Harbour course had been banned after a protest from Italian team Rossa, but the course has now been reinstated. America's Cup host, Team New Zealand, expressed relief on Wednesday after Auckland port authorities moved to reinstate racing in the city's harbour during next year's prestigious yachting regatta. TNZ had feared a ban on harbour racing, imposed last month after a protest from Italian team Rossa, would hinder efforts to showcase Auckland to the world during the competition for the America's Cup trophy. Rossa complained all competitors did not have equal access to the courses, but Ports of Auckland said that issue had now been resolved. Now over to our resident America's Cup review team Vittorio and Pietro of Quantum Sales Genoa.
Virata efficiente, virata tattica per gli FC75.
Bellissimo video di Luna Rossa pubblicato ieri in cui fanno tutta una serie di virate. Devo dire, è la prima volta che vediamo un video così, diciamo, con così tante virate in successione, che tra l'altro non avvengono neanche a tanto tempo di distanza l'una dall'altra, no? Se vi prendete dei riferimenti a terra non è che siano solo montate molto vicino, evidentemente sono state fatte abbastanza proprio ravvicinate nel tempo.
Condizioni di vento mi sembra, non so, 10 nodi?
Sì.
Comunque non bassissima perché la vela non è enorme.
Esatto.
Non è enorme, sì, chiaramente niente onda ovviamente, però comunque è molto impressionante anche perché la barca sostanzialmente al suo secondo giorno di navigazione, è stata una settimana apparentemente o l'equipaggio era in riposo, ma invece in realtà la barca probabilmente era in cantiere per fare qualche genere di lavoro, che non sappiamo se fosse per ragioni di stazza oppure delle modifiche programmate, oppure la barca semplicemente mancava ancora di qualche finitura. Ci sta quando tu decidi di varare un certo giorno, poi dopo ci sta anche che tu non l'abbia finita poi del tutto è possibile. Comunque sono tornati e hanno fatto una roba abbastanza impressionante, una sequenza di virate e soprattutto una navigazione molto molto efficiente in generale per tutta la giornata, quindi molto bravi.
Decisamente bello vedere che queste barche virino con questa facilità, no? Perché almeno in queste condizioni però insomma virano molto bene senza neanche onestamente dare accenno di essere instabili in nessun momento della virata, che è una cosa molto positiva per quel che riguarda le virate. E da questa sequenza in più si può vedere più o meno, si può intuire più che vedere, perché non è facilissimo vedere, giustamente non ce lo fanno tanto vedere, come fanno queste virate. E rispetto soprattutto ai catamarani, la cosa che si vede è che devono poggiare in uscita dalla virata, quindi non escono sicuramente all'angolo già corretto come uno farebbe magari, o molto vicino all'angolo corretto come uno farebbe magari su un monoscafo normale. Escono un po' poggiati, però non è che ci mettano tantissimo a riprendere la loro prua corretta.
Diciamo che a me come tipo di angolo ricorda tanto quello appunto degli ultimi monoscafi di America's Cup, cioè comunque anche loro davano un bel poggiatone dopo la virata e poi dopo si mettevano sull'angolo di bolina. Qua le ragioni per farlo sono anche appunto di movimentazione dei foil. È ovvio che nel momento in cui tu tiri su la zampa del nuovo sopravvento hai un momento in cui la barca tende a venirti addosso, quindi devi compensarlo con quella extra pressione che è quella dell'orzata, no? Quindi ovviamente nel momento in cui fai l'orzata hai questa extra pressione, in quel momento puoi tirare sull'arma e quello è il momento. Se tu riesci a coordinare questo momento qua hai fatto il tuo, perché poi dopo invece una volta uscito dall'acqua ovviamente la parte pesante dell'arma non ti squilibra più e quindi ha un aumento di carico molto progressivo, no?
Esatto, poi si può tranquillamente ritrovare il proprio assetto definitivo. La cosa interessante è che questo è un modo per fare la virata, sicuramente.
Esatto. Che però, diciamo, a un certo punto, quello che vediamo da Luna Rossa, che a un certo punto la barca tende chiaramente ad abbassarsi. Nel momento in cui comunque sei bello lento, eccetera, la barca tende ad abbassarsi molto sull'acqua, per cui entra in gioco la chiglietta, eccetera, tutte le cose che sono state fatte per gestire questo momento in queste barche, no? C'è un abbassamento, eccetera, e quindi fai fatica a tenere la barca sui foil. C'è però in effetti un altro tipo di virata che potresti fare.